Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. FSB Racing Friday night. Winston Cup Series action from North Wilkesboro. Historic North Wilkesboro Speedway. My partner in crime, Milton Ritter Jr., here live with me once again. How you doing, Milty?
What's up? Let's go.
Yeah, we're going
Semi-short track racing.
going short tracking. We got short track season here in season 43. Just like they used to do back in the day. They used to have September be 4 short tracks. Well, this season here at FSB, June, is all short tracks. We're starting it off with North Wilkesboro. The uphill, downhill, true oval. It's trickier than it looks, and you got Slim Jim on the pole. As we pull up our starting grid here, Slim Jim Gately on the pole there in the 23 machine. 41 Chris Beckman, your winner on Tuesday night in the Chicken Run. Looking to back that up with a strong run here tonight on Friday. Nick Walters, new paint. Who dis? He puts it inside row 2 there, rather. There's the new paint. Fresh out of the Southpaw paint shop booth. You got the Twizzlers machine. I finished that up actually like 2 weeks ago, but I forgot. I just hadn't gotten around to doing a crew, but he's got it here tonight, and it's looking good here at North Wilkesboro. Rick Castle, also a strong season going for Rick, and keeps that going there. P4, Mark DeRocket DeSenza, always a short track ace. And Dave Ellens, Jason Dulfer, Ryan Johnson, and Dan Jones. And Bob Williams rounded out your top 10 there. Getting through it real quick because we're about to drop the green. They had a very short drivers meeting today. Not much instruction for them as pace car takes the grid. So I believe you said you already called your shot, Milty, for your pick tonight.
You snap yourself into a Slim Jim. Oh, what can you say? The practice qualifying 23 car is on rails here.
The professor, Slim Jim Gately, he's on the pole. He makes the setups. He's tough to beat most places, and it's hard to go against him here tonight. Just I didn't want to be the one to jinx him with his mom watching. I think I've picked Chris enough for one lifetime that he's not going to forgive me if I keep jinxing him. How about I pick someone I haven't jinxed? Oh, I haven't jinxed this season. I'll go with how about Rick Castle there, your dark horse pick. I think he's due for one. Sitting there outside row 2 in the Jack Daniels Tennessee Honey Monte Carlo.
Well, been here way back in the day, and tire wear, it'll bite you.
Tire wear is nasty. It's loose off the corners, but it's also kind of pushy because of the elevation changes. Uphill, downhill. Even pitting's challenging because of that slope. It's very easy to just roll down the hill when you're not expecting it. It's a short track. You see the very narrow canyon-like feeling there through the corners because of the pit wall, especially in 3 and 4. We got the pace car off.
Take it easy here.
And green flag in the air.
60 laps.
Yep, 160 laps around this. 0.63 mile oval.
Oh, the 59 way wide back there in the weeds.
Yeah, Series Adam Ryan Johnson swings it wide.
Long way to go. This is a great qualifying effort for the 14 team here. Great paint, great.
Slim Jim having connection issues early here.
Slim Jim Gately wiggling around a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of wiggle there. Ooh, Bob Williams, speaking of wiggling, it's out of shape there at the back of the field. Ryan Johnson's just moving backwards right now. Having trouble getting the car hooked up on the high side, and just got freight trained to the back.
Oh, big red there!
Oh, we got a car around. I think that might have been the 14 of Nick Walters. My pick, Rick Castle, seems to be involved. We have a caution here on lap 3. Yep, that was the source of it. So you see here in turn 3 and 4, right in the middle, Nick Walters in the 14 just slides it, brake stomps it, and then Rick Castle piles in with a little help from Mark DeSenza. A few more checkups through the field, a little bumping, banging.
You can see the 14 right through the center of the corner, loose, and it stabs the brakes. That's not terrible contact for those guys.
No,
They should
the
be able
damage
to
shouldn't be a
continue.
big deal, yeah. There is a great shot of overhead of him getting a little loose there. This
You see
camera
the
1.
14 just constantly fighting that car and never going around there. But Castle did go around, got the inside of the wall there a little bit.
Well, you can see he has to watch traffic go by there as he's backwards.
Oh, that's
It's
a
a helpless
scary
feeling. Yeah.
Dan Jones got a little left tap there in the rear as they were trying to slow down. It's more like a oh no moment.
Yeah, that shouldn't hurt his car. It shouldn't hurt Jim Christopherson's car. Those guys, the 007 and the 40, they should be okay. That was very minor incidental contact. In fact, all the cars
Great
involved
job
should
by
be
those
okay.
guys getting around, and Rick Castle spins it around there. I had that experience at the 24 Hours of Daytona backwards in the infield. Not much room while cars were going around. That's about as scary as it gets. Like, I'd really like to go, but I just got to stay right here and hope everybody sees me. And fortunately, they did. Well, you know, Nick, qualifying great. Probably a little bit of nerves. I've been there and spun the car early. Now, you know, the car is good. Long way to go here now, but that kind of, you know, that might give you that focus you need, and also understanding, you know, these tracks. You practice, but race conditions, temperatures, air around you that you haven't, you know, thought about.
Sometimes just even being in
And
the
your
pack as opposed to,
adrenaline,
yeah.
you know, push a little too hard.
Yeah, Nick ran really good on Tuesday night. Hopefully it was just cold tires and he can rebound and have a good finish.
Yeah, he just got a little loose mid-corner. I think if it wasn't in a tight pack like that, if it wasn't lap 3, he would have been fine. Just gathered it up on any other lap. But because everybody was there, it just turned into a stack up.
Yeah, too bad for him.
Yeah, well, it just means he's got to make it exciting and pass more cars. So does Rick. Make a show out of it. Mach Schuh, as they used to tell the Beatles in Hamburg. And pace car is off again. Slim Jim Gately leads us back to green on lap 9.
You're smart, you know.
I was thinking, yeah, the Beatles in their
I'm a
residency.
big-time Beatles fan too, and I, you know, I probably heard that, but I don't know if I remember that. But I'm gonna remember that.
Mach Schuh. And there we go, Mach and Schuh again here on lap 9 of 160. Slim Jim in the lead. Chris Beckman, Mark DeRocket DeSenza, Dave Ellens, haven't talked about tonight, sitting there in P4, and Jammin' Jay Dulfer continues his hot streak in 5th place, and Bob Williams in 57 up against the wall. Looks like he'll be okay, though. Yeah, Bob keeps it rolling there. He's just falling back again. Yeah, the camera set we've got to work with here tonight is a little limited, so I'm going to spend a whole lot of time in what the game calls the spectator cam you're seeing here. Because this is TV2. Nice speed shot.
Beckman sideways on a turn 4 there.
He's still got it. He's looking good.
Sticker to Pecker. Slim Jim, good connection now. Look at that smooth line. I mean, there are reasons. These guys are all pros, man. You know, but there are reasons why some guy is better at some tracks than others. Dude is just smooth, man. Diamond there in 3 and 4. Late entry. Curving around, letting the car roll to the center. And great exit. And power on.
It's one of those tracks where
everything
you
goes right for him. He's gonna wear these dudes out, man. He's gonna wear them out.
It's one of those tracks where you really have to practice the old egg under the throttle theory coming off the corner. You don't smash the gas down, you push it gently, again, pretending there's an egg under the throttle that you're pushing out of the way. And otherwise you unhook those rear wheels in a hurry, coming off those drastic banking changes off the corner.
Don't let this dude get in a rhythm here. Get a rhythm when you're got the blues. Get a rhythm. Whoa, a little sideways there. Mustard off the hot dog a little bit for the 23 there. You can see that little gag and wiggle, you know. He's correcting on that. This ain't like, you know, just a sunny drive right here. Let's get some in-car here.
Hold on, Milton, my light just fell.
Okay, we got technical difficulties. As you're watching what you're seeing, I'm going to do a little in-car with Chris Beckman.
There we go.
See
All right,
how
I
he's
fixed it.
trying to work the 23 here. But you hear the gas feather roll through the center, pick up that throttle over that hump, which can get you. That's why you're seeing these guys get a little loose sometimes. But back less of a hump in turn 4 here. A crest though in the turn 1, where you come in too hard there, and you try to make that apex, you're going to get loose. It wants the car to go light. See how Clem is using all of the track and then getting down there. There's inches. Look how close he is there.
Yeah, that bump off.
You. Believe me, I've followed this 23 guy back when I used to run. You know, and my best race ever was following him in Kentucky, and this is the view I had for every single lap of that race.
Yeah, that bump off of 4 is the toughest part for me. That was where I kept feeling the car get light on Tuesday.
Yeah, you see those elevation changes different in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Coming out here, less of a bump, still, you know, the camber is different there. Talk about camber, we're talking about the angle of the track, and you got opposite minus, and how you go to neutral. Yeah, see the as you feather here, look at the lap times.
Someone got loose off of 2 last lap.
Best lap for Beckman last lap.
See, they drove through a smoke cloud there. Someone had previously gotten loose through there. Possibly even turned around.
See some connection issues here for Slim Jim, which is sim racing. That's a big part of it. When you're in front and you're still connected, really not an issue at this point. Field spreading out here. One, two, and they're just leaving these dudes way back. Don't know what happened to Ellens there and Gappage.
How about what happened to Mark DeSenza? That was the source of that smoke cloud they just drove through a couple laps ago. Here we go, off turn 2, and there goes the rocket. Woo!
Well, dude, we were
Right through
just
the
talking
grass.
about this before the race. I asked you how you did this week.
I think I ran 5th, but man, it was tough.
You know, tire wear gonna get you, and consistency.
Mark DeSenza disconnected and retired after that spin. I don't know, that looked pretty recoverable to me. I think he gave up a little too easy.
Hard to say when a dude's sim racing from think he's in New York. I think, you never know. Cat could have, started a fire. You never know. Or sometimes the dude just gets frustrated because they made a mistake. Oh, there's contact.
Oh, Christopherson around.
Okay, didn't see who got him there. Let's take a look.
He's just barely going to get back on the lead lap here, I think.
Or, if he got loose here, let's see. Wait to. Okay, we got Christopherson and Shane Wistman behind him. Wistman all over his 6 here. Wistman to the center of the corner. He carried way more speed than the 40. And, Pops Martin coming through.
That's what you're going to see here. Like I said, going into 3 and 4.
That was close.
Going into 3 and 4. The center of the corner, he just slows up a bit, and Shane was in the gas a little sooner and get into him. That was the source of your question. Oh, wow, Pops, look at that. Just like you're saying. No, you barely got through there.
Wow, that was so close. Double. And then I think DJ Sorrentino barely missed that, too. You come around the corner, you don't see much. You saw the in-car. Can't see very much.
Yeah, watch that from onboard DJ Sorrentino. You'll see exactly what he saw. Remember, there's that. It's coming downhill here. There's that wall. You can see nothing.
He's back
Nothing.
there. He's really one of the
Nothing.
worst right
Nothing. Car.
now. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, wow. When Milty says, that'll make her sticker packer, that's what he's talking about.
Exactly. What you gonna do when they come for you and deal
That
with
was-
the 23 here?
That was definitely a
Pit
brown
stop
pants moment.
changes there. Rick Castle battling after,
What do you take?
The
2 tires?
misfortune
He was
there.
pretty quick.
Let's take a look. Castle.
The Rick Castle?
Castle, and
Looks like
then
the
I'm not sure. I think Gulfer and Ellens. Let's go back to Castle and see.
We're watching
what he
Castle
did.
here. There he is in the 124 getting pit service. Right side up. Left side up. He got all 4 tires.
Wow, he's quick.
Who was that behind him? I think they
Dave
got
Ellens?
4 tires too. They just
Yeah.
were faster.
Yep.
Dave Allen's got 4. Dolphin 4. Everybody got 4. I don't think anybody would have taken
that
2
was,
on this.
Was it Dolpher or Ellens behind
Ellens.
him that usurped him on that pit stop there?
No, Rick picked up a bunch of spots. Remember, he was involved in that first caution there.
Yeah, but somebody passed him too.
Now, it might have been Dolpher then in the 63. But I think there was 4 tires all around.
The execution, entry, pit road speed limiter. This sim has all those difficulties for you.
Yeah, no pit road speed limiter. Yeah, exactly. There's a speed limit, but the limiter is in your right foot.
Yeah.
Never mind taking off in the corner. Wait till the green flag goes and everybody has to take off in the corner.
Oh, yeah, I hate that. This
see
track's
you,
big time got that.
We see you down in that early wreck. Any damage at all with that?
No damage.
Yep. That far.
And some cars were on pit road as the pace car ducked in. I don't know if they're going to catch the tail of the field in time. They are not. Jim Christopherson, DJ Sorrentino were both catching up as the field went green.
Okay,
They've
if
lost a
you're
ton of
back,
time.
What do you do here now? Last restart, you got, guy just worked you, so. But you were still right there. So what do you do different? I don't think you do anything different. The guys behind third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, that's really where the gap was. Beckman was right there. So what do? I think you do what you just did. Yeah.
This might be one of those nights where you see if you can't beat them on strategy. If you can't beat them on speed, maybe try a little pit wizardry.
Well, you know, that'll unfold later in the race here. 34 of 160.
Yeah, what that also takes, though, is a lot of confidence in the field to stay green.
The 59 car just seems tighter than, trying to cross the border into Canada. I don't know. Or maybe, to Mexico or maybe to Russia. I don't know. That car just, every restart, he's up. I don't know if he's charging the corner a little too hard and then having to do evasive action, but he's up in that second or third groove.
Hey, Ryan's usually pretty fast around here. He's just not finding the handle so far tonight.
Absolutely. It's just, I've
Give him
noticed
time.
that like 3 times. Been up there.
Oh, he's loose off
marbles.
too, and he's just going to let the highwayman go on the high side.
This
Christopherson.
doesn't seem like the 59 is, feeling the track here right now.
Yeah, so the Western Auto 40 moves up another spot here to 10th. Continues his charge forward, making up the ground he lost.
Dolford leading the pack that is already falling back. Ellen's already. These two in front here are just really getting themselves a gap here early. What exactly is that? As a driver, you analyze that. You've seen it already several times here, so you're like, why am I getting beat here early? Do I need to be more aggressive? Am I missing it on the restart? Or maybe am I just trying to wait for that long run that you know is going to come and see if we can out-strategize these guys like you were saying.
Got a battle here of the 007 of Dan Jones and the 34 Shane Wisman. Throw the 14 to Nick Walters in here. We got a nice little battle for 5th spot here.
Nick the Quick is coming back here.
Oh, there you go. Dan Jones slides up the hill, and that's going to give a door to Shane Wisman. P5 to the 34.
In my experience with tracks like this were not good for me, the harder I tried, the worse it got, These are great drivers. Can you reinvent yourself and how you attack the corners? That is the, that's the quandary you have to deal with as a driver.
I'd play the Jaws theme, but I don't want to get monetized here, or copyright claimed. So you just have to do it yourselves. Dun 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 dun. The Jim Christopherson. Jim Christopherson is on the move here.
Chewy.
He's up to 8th, and he's knocking on. This guy started shotgun on the field on the restart, 13th place, and is already knocking on 8th place. He's making up the ground he lost from the spin and then some.
And Wisman is under attack from Mr. Bond, James Bond.
Well, Dan just lost that spot to Shane, and he's. I don't think he's got much for him here. Shane's starting to pull away. Shane was.
Movie there or something.
Shane was really fast on Tuesday, swapping the lead back and forth with the winner, Chris Beckman, a couple times.
Shane's line a little bit lower than Dan's there. Really just clipping in 3 and 4 there. See a 1 and 2 outside arc. Keeping it tight. My theory was always the longer this went and when the tire wear went, staying down low there and backing off and trying to keep that right front happy what's the ticket? If you get a long run, you can come back here. We shall see.
I'm not sure exactly what the pit window is here. Ran 80 laps on Tuesday with one stop, which we kind of did sort of in the middle of the run on purpose.
Yeah, so, mile and a halfers, take 34 and 36, so.
This is a 0.6 mile track.
This is a 0.6er, so you would keep a loose target at like 40, I would say.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably going to be, you're probably going to pit for tires before fuel, to be honest. So probably in the 40 to 50 range.
And the fuel will probably go a lot longer. Castle and Allen's great battle for third. Castle's already been around, going backwards on the LA freeway. They're not good. Got it together and working the 115. Can he do it? Right out here.
This is where you get the long green flag runs. Get the cars separated, get them settled in, get their rhythm down. It's when those tires start wearing.
Christopherson with trouble. The highwayman is not working hard on the 14 here. Well, I haven't seen too much of Nick Walters here, but what I'm seeing tonight is perseverance, and he's a pro, Yeah,
it's been very fast.
And he's working it.
Yeah, started there in third place, inside row 2. Had the early spin. Looking good now. Cruising around, currently shown 7th.
The 63 and Jason Delfer falling back a little bit here. And Ryan Johnson's starting to get his knee legs going there. Whoa, the 63, a little bit of sideways going over that hump into turn 1 there.
Dan Jones is starting to back up to the 14. Ooh, piece of wall there off turn 4 for the 40. Christopherson bounced it a little bit. Shouldn't hurt him too much. Again, this is a short track, not very aerodynamic dependent.
On the chat channel, the 124 has got something going on, a button mistake or something. But he's signaling he's pinning like 1,000 times here.
Oh no, he's got a button stuck on his wheel most likely. We've had that happen before. I remember one time Joe Cutter.
Joe Cut.
Yeah, it was one of, oh, Slim gets almost sideways passing his own teammate there to lap him. I thought he was about to go around as DJ let him go. Yeah, Joe Cut was actually the admin of the Winston Cup Series at the time. He had that thing stuck down all night long, and nobody could see anybody else's auto chats to say they were pitting. I think it must have said, pitting this lap 5,000 times before it finally stopped.
Wisman all over the back of the 124 Rick Castle here.
Yeah, Wisman on the move. He's got to be careful, though, because he's got that one incident.
Car here with Shane Wisman. See how he tries to work this.
Remember, he's got to be careful because he's got that incident on his head already from tapping the highwayman.
Come through that hump, trying to get through the center here and get a run. Trying to get it on the inside, takes a look, can't do it.
This might be the run. This might be it.
Before get loose here, you gotta stick it in there now, son. Great job. Keep it down low. Great pass by
Rick's
Shane
not gonna fight him.
right there.
Rick's not gonna fight him. He knows that that's a losing cause. Yeah, great pass there for Shane. And now he sets his sights on Dave Ellens.
Ain't easy to pass on, right? Wow. Excellent work there. Now he's got his sights set on the 115, and the 115's coming back to him here. Wisman is on the move in the 34.
Yeah, Wisman would have been my my pick tonight if he hadn't won the preseason contest exemption from my broadcaster jinx, at least. The only person to correctly identify that my seat came from a PT Cruiser. He used reverse Google image search, but whatever.
That's a badass rig you got there, though.
I'm enjoying it. It's served me well so far. That armrest definitely comes in handy for my my old fat butt.
Westman working it. 115, keeping it down now. He knows he's under pressure here, so he's backing the corners up a little bit, which this pro does here. He realized a couple laps there, he probably overdrove it because he's looking in the mirrors. Now you got to defend a little bit here. Make this guy work his tires. Oh, but he gets loose.
Yeah, but it was at a point where Shane couldn't do anything with it.
Here goes Wisman. He's going to show right there a little. Little bump there with the 115.
Almost.
Set him up again. You got to work it every lap. Diamond for the 115 a little bit. Ellen's working it, and they're catching somebody here. So I don't know if it's lap traffic. Oh, right to the inside, down on the apron.
Dave's loose a little bit.
Right here. Wisman tries to stick it in there. Might put a bumper on him again.
He's got to be careful. Gotta be careful. Oh, wow.
It saves it.
Snapped it loose.
Gather it up as DJ Sorrentino on the outside there and gives that position. Both of them got loose there. Wisman got the apron a little bit. Wisman down low again. Still working him. Here gets his sit car, bro. The show right here. Right up on this tailgate. This is how you do it. You're going to get a run right here. The 150's going to defend low, but he can't keep it low.
He's pushing up in the middle.
Not there. Right down on the line there. And he lost about a car length right there. Or driving by Wisman. He was almost overly committed, but didn't do it. Now he lost his rhythm there. Hey, take a deep breath. Now get it back down here. Work him in turn 1 and 2 now.
He also didn't do those tires any favor with that slide on the front stretch a couple laps ago. Got him a little hotter than he wants in space.
Exactly. The 115 got a break there. He was like, okay, because he's looking in his mirrors. Oh, good run there by Wisman. He's going to stick it in. All over the back of him. Can't do it. Can't do it. He's going to try to give him a little bumper in the center, but can't get to him.
And we're rapidly approaching halfway as Dan Jones looks under Rick Castle.
3-4. Whoa, Wisman gets sideways again.
Slideways off turn 2. He is wheeling this thing. Dan Jones completes the pass.
Car, man. Come on.
We were out in car before. Dan Jones is moved up to P5. Getting around Rick Castle there.
This is how I drive. Cockpit field. You have options. But when I'm watching this right now, I'm getting fired up because I know when you can see hooker headers or whatever that is. Actually, I don't have the car paint, so I'm not seeing what the 115 has.
That's his 57 Chevy paint job.
When you can see that deck lid, you know you're about to hit him right there. When you can't see that sponsor on the back, it gives him a little up down. Gives him sideways. Work him again. Come on, son. Come on. Work him. This is the greatest race
here's
on
the
the
run.
track right here. Come on, down low. Come on, down low. Get him. Contact.
No, that's clean. They're through.
That was a clean
And-
run there, but just a little bit of
That's all right. Robin's racing, son.
No, these guys are so good.
Dave's trying to charge back, though.
That's just barely contact, or maybe not. Depends what the sim sees, But the
Meanwhile,
you feel a little wiggle when you watch our replays. That's because of the way they what is it called? Here comes the 150 down low.
yeah, Shane's having a hard time holding the bottom now after making that charge.
Defend low. Now, as a driver, also, and with your teammates, you gotta start thinking about, we're getting to the run here. How long do we gotta go till we gotta pit? We're coming up on the halfway point.
Yeah, it's a lap from halfway here.
I don't know. I don't care who you are. I'm a big Shane Wisman fan right there. That was just great, patient work, battling him, driving him clean, giving him a little bit of, here I am, working him, and the car control from Dave Ellis too. That was good R racing. That makes my sticker pricker right there.
Good to see Jim Ray checking in, league founder here at FSB.
That's speaking to Jim Ray right there. That's what we envisioned 18 or 19 years ago when we didn't know nothing, and we could barely even make it around the track. With this sim, we were like, oh my gosh, Jim had the vision. This is the kind of racing you want to see. These guys are running, maybe even better than you see on TV because they ain't wrecking each other. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to take a Budweiser break here, and I'm just so excited with that. You get back to whatever.
Well,
that was
we
just
got
great stuff, man.
It really was
I'll
a
be
great
right
show
back.
those two put on, and now we got to be looking for pit stops sometime soon. Gonna get the scanner up, and wow, there's a whole lot of messages from Rick Castle as noted before. Looks like maybe he finally got that button unstuck though. So I'll be watching my second monitor here for pit notices. Actually, I'll just put the pit road camera up there. We'll see who the first taker is. Ken Sauska, good to see you checking in too. Ken was always a staple on these Friday night races when I started up here. What, 6 years ago now? 7 years? My goodness. Driving the 07. Slim Jim Gately, while all this was going on, has stepped out to a 2.5 second lead over Chris Beckman. 12 seconds over Shane Wisman and Dave Ellens, who just had that fantastic battle on the track. He is just picking him up and setting him down and running away. Again, it's going to come down to probably going to come down to pitting, and I think if anyone's going to try something, it's going to be Chris Beckman. If he wants to try and steal one, he's got to come up with strategy, and got to come up with it quick. Because you got to figure pit stop's coming any lap now.
I'm sorry, I was muted. You got to drive, and you also got to play pit crew here. Dave Wisman looking really loose there. That will get your mind into pitting. Okay, 90, 160. I could do the math. 70 laps. You can break that down into one more stop after this. So, how far are you going to go here? Do you think there's going to be a caution?
How far
All
have
over
they
the
gone?
field here. So, if I'm Wisman, I'm thinking about taking a chance here.
Pops Markison was your first taker down pit road.
Yeah, I think you need to go here. You're in the window. Let's go.
Yeah, Pops puts
His
the
lap
99
times
machine.
are, still pretty good though. 21.9 last lap. It's still almost a second off your fast lap of 21.077 for Wisman. You gotta drive and think about this.
Chris Beckman's got to be thinking that he wants to be the first one to pit road versus Slim.
We got undercuts work or they don't, but we seen it last week watching the Monaco Grand Prix. Sergio Perez did it. Undercut the Ferraris, kicked their butts, kicked his own teammates' butt. Gotta take a chance here, man. I'm looking at the 34 thinking, do this.
I did it last night in the trucks at Gateway. First pit stop, the race went green, flag to flag. Dan Jones on pit road in the 007. But I made sure that I was the first one to hit pit road, which got me out ahead of them, and I just never looked back. Oh, Pops is around in turn 1. That's going to be a caution right in front of our leader, Slim.
Okay, so now I'm stupid because instantly caution is out, and the 34 did exactly what he needed to do.
That's the tough part about pit strategy. Yeah, you never know.
You don't expect the veteran Pops to spin it there. He's really got back on his horse and running well, but, it can happen to you. That's what Steve McQueen said in the movie Le Mans. It can happen to you. It can happen to you again. Wisman's like, I'm cool. But you ain't that cool yet. You still got to execute here on pit road. No speeding.
Here's what happened to Pops. He's out there on those fresh tires, and he just looped it. And woo, look at that from Slim. Slim barely gets through there.
You get so comfortable with those warmies, even when they degrade, you know that Wisman down pit road. Perfect. But he's got the 40 kind of cockeyed coming in. The highwayman is really working it here. Turns his tires sideways. Both of them. Can the 34 get by him? He does. A little bit of contact, maybe. Spins his tires and gets out. Keeping pit road speed. Comes back out in third place there. Never easy, folks. I mean, you gotta see that stuff right there.
Wow, now Shane has gained a lot of track position here on these guys that he lost while battling his way up through the field.
Well,
let's see what he's got for Chris and for Slim.
Respect, man. I mean, really, just for some reason, focusing on him right now, watching him work the 115, which, I've done some watching him, but, and he's a great driver. I mean, these guys are all great drivers, but just watching this stuff, appreciating all these little things that, as a pro sim racer, you know how hard it is. None of us are real race car drivers, but these are pros. Pretty obvious. It's always fun, to have somebody come over and like, you want to get on my rig, bro? Check it out. Man, I could do that. A lot of people can't even get around Daytona, and it's by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And all they have to do is keep their foot flat to the floor and drive around. They can't even get on the pit road. It's not as easy as you think.
Like the free pass, Lucky Dog has been incorrectly assigned to the 124. Could have been the 007. Oh no, it was the 124, okay. I'm just watching the replay now. The standings hadn't caught up. Yeah, Rick Castle will be back on the lead lap here in the 124 car. And Dan Jones will be the first car one lap down.
Yeah, that's the thing. Those pit stops, if it would have went green, would have served them. And I was sitting there lobbying for the 34 to do it and do something different than first and second, try to win the race, and I would have been wrong.
I was going to pit the next time around, you guys.
I was anticipating you pitting the next time around, actually. I'm like, I know Chris. I know how he thinks. I know he wants to be on the road, on pit road before Slim.
Well, you got to undercut this guy. You haven't been able to beat him in brute speed, so you got to beat him somewhere else.
And now you got to look in the rearview mirror at that 34 car. Shane Wisman is on a mission. He's got Chris Beckman in his sights. He's got Slim Jim Gately in his sights. And we got the pace car in here on lap 101 of 160. 102 now. Slim Jim leads us back to green.
Every time you do these restarts, the track changes. You got fatigue. You've been in the car for a while here. You still got to stop one more time. You got lots on your mind. You got to restart and feel the car. You see what the veteran Pop Smarkson did. He spun the car on cold tires. Now these guys are on cold tires here. No tire warmers. My thing was always like...
Caution again. Caution on Speedway.
Pretty cautious. If I'm first to fifth, I'm really worried about keeping up with first. Because and it's a chain effect, so... You want everybody to get going, and then after the first lap, you see you're, 2 seconds behind. Things are starting to go a long way here, though.
Well, here's the source of our caution. As you noted, caution, speed caution. Looks like Jason Dulfer got a little loose off of 2. Maybe had to brake stomp it. Yep, you can see the nose dive down. And Nick Walters is right there.
14 had nowhere to go there. They're all up in each other here, so it's like you get. Michael Waltrip said it in a truck race, and I was like, it's not like stopping at 45 miles an hour. You're going 160, and you got to make a move real quick.
Yeah, you can see there the tail end got light, the front end pops down. That's a surefire sign that you got on the brakes, and Nick just had nowhere to go there.
Yeah, you can't put that, I don't know, the admins will figure that out, but really nothing for the 14 to do.
Dog checking in, John Palmer says he won the Daytona 500. He sure as heck did. Full 500, Daytona 500 here. Back when we used to run those full endurance races. And it says it was not easy, and I don't doubt it. Because you gotta be mistake free for 500 miles, nail those pit stops, not put the car in a stupid place, keep all the fenders on it. And I was a thimble full of gas away from winning the Indy 500.
He's paralyzed from the waist down. Tracks like these he uses hand controls, so they're much more difficult. We had a long conversation a couple weeks ago talking about like my health, and it's a good thing. I was a little bit worried that I might have cancer, and I didn't. So he's one of those friends I was hanging out with. So talking about it. So good stuff.
And we are most certainly glad to hear that good prognosis.
Well, I got this little thing on my neck here, so, but it's not cancer. So
I always said you were a pain in the neck.
Get your attention, that's for sure.
Absolutely. All right, so nobody no takers on pit road, at least among the leaders up here. I didn't get a chance to ask Chris, who's back in the booth now. Chris Beckman, what's the fuel window here tonight? How far can you go?
Everybody should be good on fuel from here. I imagine if we get a caution in the next 15 or longer laps, everybody will come get tires again. But
10-4. So it becomes a tire management race from this point on out. Everybody should be good on fuel.
Yeah, so fuel's way over where we even. We were thinking 40 safety. It's more like 50 plus. Tire wear. I mean, is somebody going to try to cut this in half?
I don't know if this fall off is enough that you can gain from that. Oh, a little stack up there around 5th place, but we're green here on lap 109 of 160. Looks like Nick Walters has. Looks like Nick Walters has retired and joined us in the booth.
Nick, man, what a great race there. What happened?
Yeah, I caused 2 incidents and had to.
Second one was, you probably made the right call counting the second one, but I think Jay got a little loose and had the brake stomp it.
Didn't see you having anywhere to go. But,
Yeah, I didn't really know for sure if that was mine or not, but I went ahead and just counted as mine and
that's the safe way to go. We always say when in doubt, count it, and it makes sense. Tough break there, but you had a nice run going, nice comeback from the early spin as Christopherson, the highwayman in the 40, looking underneath Dave Ellens. He wants P4, and I think he's going to have it here going into turn 1.
So, Nick, that early spin, always like little jitters, but was the car changing? I mean, after that, you kind of had the bit between your teeth, and you were running well and making passes and moving up. Always tough to try to keep up with those leaders.
Yeah, this is a tough track.
Well, you obviously, this is clearly not your first rodeo.
No, definitely. That was some good pro racing.
Got some racing background. How long you been doing this? What other leagues you run in before?
I ran with the league back in 2007, 2008 for about a year or 2. Then I didn't really pick it back up until when I showed up to FSB in about 2018. Raced for about a year, took a break, and of course now I'm back.
Excellent. Well, sometimes
we're
it
glad
seems
to
like
have you, definitely. And you're a stud. You're gonna get yours, man. I can see it.
It's all about the seat time, getting the reps in, getting the practice.
Yep, very true.
Get to suit up and show up. These guys are good, man.
Meanwhile, Chris Beckman's got the bit between his teeth. He wants to try and get by Slim right now while the tires are fresh. And I think Shane Wisman's thinking the same thing. They're hoping that they can get him early and then make him work for the pass, because that might be the only thing that'll work tonight. As we saw, if you let Slim Jim go on his own, he will check out on these guys. Meanwhile, it looks like Dave Ellens has fallen into the clutches of the 124. Rick Castle got the lucky dog, and he is now fighting for 5th.
Well, best lap 29.60, last lap 29.99. He pushed up a little in that last lap, 21.156, but he's trying to put the pressure on them to try to keep up, and then he will back it off. I follow this guy many races. Not too many times I actually got to compete against him for a possible win, and he works you, Moves, entry, exit. Just so smooth, I mean, it's just little minute things, These guys are all so good. They practice, they work on their craft, and
I had another question for Nick, being fresh out of the car. We know that Chris Beckman was saying they can make it on fuel from here. What is the tire situation going to be like after that many laps? As you were about to head into a green flag pit cycle there when that caution came out.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. For me, I think all my tires were in the yellow, so I can't speak for everyone, but for me, it was going pretty rough.
And that was at the end of how many laps on those tires?
yeah, that was my question. It was like, they got enough fuel, but their tires are going to be junk at the end of this thing if it goes green. I mean, right, Nick? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how many laps I had. I want to say maybe like 60. I'm really not sure, but
I think it had to be
sounds about
approaching
right.
that. Yeah, it had to be approaching 60, and they're going to run about 50 here to the finish. And if these guys are going at it like this, Shane Wisman, he may be backing off and letting these guys run hard and hope that they use their stuff up.
Yeah, Slim is even backing off a little bit. Like, he's not running qualifying laps. He's running 21s here instead of, which is, it's only a couple tenths, so they're pushing pretty hard. What does Beckman do here now? I mean, you followed this guy all night. I've done the same thing, and it's just like, I mean, you gotta work the track here. Can't overdrive yourself, but at the same time, you gotta want to try to put some pressure, and he gets about a half a car length out of that lap. I think Chris is gonna try to, make him, push it a little bit here. Go cockpit here with Chris. Let's see what he's thinking here. Got that perfect line, just like 23 here. Right up, I mean, Slim, right up into that wall. I mean, you couldn't put a pack of cigarettes next to that wall there. Slim uses, and he does this every track, especially these short tracks, Martinsville. Just a machine. You gotta stay within yourself, because being a hero for one lap you're only gonna go backwards until you can actually hope that this guy makes a mistake.
Meanwhile, Shane Wisman has reeled these guys back in. He's now knocking on the door, Chris Beckman in the 41, as we approach 30 to go.
What does that do to your tires? Are you doing anything different, overextending, or just getting in that rhythm? Like I was saying earlier, every time you have these restarts or pit stops, and you got to get back on the track, how do you find that focus? Make sure that, I mean, you're trying to make sure that you do everything like you did before or better, but bring that out of a hat. Because every time you take a break, it's like you're going to reset your brain to go back to extreme focus. Every quarter, every inch, these guys are going to be completely focused. And that 23 car is completely focused. Step yourself into a Slim Jim.
The only other battle on the track right now is 63 and the 007. It's Jammin' J. Dulfer and 00 Dan Jones.
Wispin is right there, though.
He's losing a little bit now. He pulled him back in. He fell a little further
25
back.
laps to go still. That's a long time. These tires are going to be toast.
They're going to be marshmallows by the time this is over.
If it goes green, these guys are all understanding that.
This isn't just a short track. This is a Carolina short track. And then, all the Carolina tracks, they tear up tires. This is no exception.
In your mind, you're thinking, if I lose a car length or two, should I push harder? You gotta stay with the plan, you know. You're like, you know, it's like running a marathon. You know, let's see what happens later, you know. It's just say if we get a caution or something happens between there, then you can take the gloves off and go to the wall here.
Yeah.
Thing is, these guys are so good, but they are backing it off a little bit here, and they're getting tire wear and traffic. Beckman has been all over him all night. He's real focused. That highline racing mentality with him and Rick Johnson is that just that type of, they understand racing from head to toe.
You never try to take too much, more than the track will give you, more than the car will give you.
They know, they don't get excited.
He is right there. He is hanging on to Slim Jim this run. And Shane Wisman is falling back. He's dropped at least half a second in the last couple laps here.
It's amazing. You lose your rhythm for a couple corners, then that's what happens. That's what the focus level has to be at this level.
While Jammin' J, Rick Castle, and Dan Jones still here under a blanket here, fighting for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Jay gets a little loose there, maybe caught a little bit of wall off turn 4, and that brings Dan right back up to him. Jim Christopherson having the great run still there in the 40. He's just outside striking distance. He's been up and down all night and settling into a solid top 5 run here in the Western Auto.
Yeah, it's
number
just
40.
The track position. You see what a great car he has. It's just a couple things there, and then trying to get back. And
We call the Dave Ellens too. Solid top 5 run there in that 115, 57 Chevy machine.
a little jiggy here as Pops goes way high, but it's still definitely pretty much status quo between the leaders.
You know, it's like Shane Wisman's put a parachute out. He has lost another second in just the last couple laps. Something's gone south on that car. He might even fall into the clutches of the highwayman there, of the 40, before this is all done.
Wow,
At the rate he's losing ground.
I was talking about that, how every time you have to have a restart, and every time, you have to bring it back again, how quickly stuff like that happens, and you're just like, all of a sudden, you may have toasted the right front a couple corners, and all of a sudden, the precision that you have to beat these guys, you can't have just one or two little bobbles. We maybe not even saw it, and then you lose your rhythm. And then you got your rhythm, and you also got, you know, tire temps that are a little higher than you'd like, you know.
There you have it. They're in the same corner now. So we're looking at the 40 of Jim Christopherson on the right side view. And he's reeling him in with the 12 to go here. As the highwayman stalks his prey at the windshield. That blue car is getting bigger and bigger. And Slim has started to pull away from Chris, meanwhile. The other blue car in this mix. As it's opened up to almost a second lead now. Inside 10 to go. And I just don't see anyone having anything for Slim Jim unless we get a late caution here. And then all bets are off. Highwayman continues to stalk 34, Shane Wisman.
Wow. Now what do you do here? At this point, I'm thinking, you know, I'm second right on his tail. I just gotta do what I gotta do, and I can't be, you know, be a hero here and look, unless you try to, like, you know, take a lap off or two and try to save a little bit of tire, but I don't
All
really
Chris can
think that
do.
works in the sim, you know.
All Chris can do is hope for Slim to make a mistake. He knows that he can't catch him, but but meanwhile,
But you're
the battle.
P2 behind one of the greatest drivers I've ever seen. You know?
The battle right now, well, Chris is no slouch. I've gone head to head with both these guys. And,
Well, he wouldn't be right up there on his six. Yeah.
Chris can wheel it, and so can this highwayman. I've had many a battle with him as well as Shane Wisman. Another couple of great drivers duking it out here for the podium.
These guys are going at it.
This is your best battle on the track right now. We're going to cover this to the finish. Oh, look at that save!
Right there. Come on. Car's tail slapping there coming out of
Oh, Pops is around again.
Caution is out.
Pops is around in 3 and 4. Slim Jim just barely avoids him, and that should end the race. That'll finish it. Slim Jim Gately takes the caution here on lap 158 of 160. Chris Beckman rolls up.
Christopherson was sideways like he was a highwayman was on a horse without a saddle right there.
Yeah, he was digging. He was coming for him. He wanted those last few laps to go green, but this will end under caution. Not just because this is a 1988 series, but because it's 2003 sim, still has the old rules.
Yeah, exactly. I wish it was different, but that's the limitation of the sim. But didn't see great racing. You gotta be kidding me. And look, that guy up at P1 there, he deserved a little break. He has not had one in a while. And
Oh no, he's doing great this season.
well, I mean, on Friday nights.
He's doing great. He's the only season he's running. Series he's running. He's your points leader coming in.
But once again, now he's going to fortify that position.
I'm gonna take a quick step aside, and then we'll come back for the post race here. Be right back.
Well, you still got to make it around there.
It's gotta go wee all the way home.
Great job by the 34 tonight.
Fantastic racing. I would love to talk to this guy, that's for sure.
He gave me everything I could handle on Tuesday night, man, I'll tell you.
Well, you guys are all badass, but this is really, at least, you know, on Friday nights, I don't watch but just all the things he did and all the in-car I watched of him tonight, and his car control and mind control and race control was just fantastic. And along with all y'all. There's your podium right there. Slim Jim, stab yourself into a Slim Jim. Whoa.
Right, and this one is official. Checkered flag out for Slim Jim. Great run. Chris Beckman, Shane Wisman. The Highwayman was coming. That was an entertaining charge through the field for Jim there after getting turned early. Charging up to a strong fourth place finish there. Dave Allen's quiet night for him, running out the top 15. Jammin' J 6th, Rick Castle 7th, Double O Dan Jones 8th. Ryan Johnson held on to top 10 there, finished 9th despite his early struggles. DJ Sorrentino 3 laps down, rounds out your top 10.
Just absolutely beautiful race craft. I don't know how else you could say it. As a fan and a former driver, amazing.
Yep, so we'll wrap this one up here and go get our podium finishers. We'll send Milty off to the racing channel to go get those guys. You saw the points coming in here. Had Jim Gately, Slim Jim up 4 points, a scant 4 points on Jason Dulfer after last week at Texas World. I think maybe that's where Milt was thinking about some bad luck there. Yeah, there you go. The number one fan, Mama Gately, Doris, cheering for her son, Slim. Man, he put him over his knee tonight there. I think he led every lap, maybe except for, unless someone stayed out under the caution flag there, but otherwise, it was flag to flag, Slim Jim. Great battling throughout the field all night. We already got Chris Beckman up in here. Dan, man, he had several nice battles going on throughout the night. Looks like he learned a little as the track came to you.
Yeah, definitely. Just follow people, and yeah, it's always good to race somebody in this league. There, you learn something.
Exactly.
I
was out to lunch at this track, and I followed Ken. That's who was missing tonight. Ken Hansen wasn't out there. I followed him in a chicken run one night around this track, and I finally figured something out.
I don't think I'll ever get as fast as Slim Jim and Chris there, but you know, maybe I can ride their bumper once in a while.
That's a tall order, getting as fast as those guys.
Even Shane Wisman, he was right up there too.
Yeah, he was flying tonight. He had the Highwayman. He had Christopherson knocking on his door there in the last couple laps before that caution came out. I don't know if you saw that from your vantage point. That's the battle we were following.
Yeah, if you stick your nose in there, you're almost committed, but then you need to back off because you're going to cause the caution, right? It's a tough track.
Let's see those points right there. There we go. We got the points update. That jumps Slim Jim up to a 13-point lead over Jammin' J. Dave Ellens jumps up 3 spots to a tie with Rick Castle for third. Another tie, Chris Beckman and Dan Jones. 39 points back, rounding out your top 5.
Wow, really?
Yeah, you guys are tied for 5th right now. It's actually the top 6, but your 3rd and 5th are ties right now. Is Milty got everybody in here? We got everybody except Milty. And except Slim. So come on, Milty. Come on.
I'm assuming they're coming.
The public is waiting. There we go. I finally got my window fixed here. Come on, Milty. I see him talking there too. You can see him in the camera up there. He's just going on. There we go. We got Slim in the house. Now we just need Milty, but we'll start with Shane. Great run there. You probably learned a bit on the chicken run, carried over to tonight. How nervous were you looking at the highwayman knocking on your door there in those closing laps? You probably wanted to see that caution.
Yeah, based on our incident that I had earlier in the race, I definitely took him out. He was stuck behind traffic, and I just wasn't patient and got into his bumper, spun him out. And so actually I was about a half a lap from just giving it to him because I felt obligated to at that point, and then the caution came out. So it was Christopherson's. I apologize for the incident earlier in the race, and kudos to the two guys up front. Man, I tried to hang with those two for about 15 laps and knew I was just burning up my stuff, and man, they were fast. So good job, guys.
Yeah, they certainly were. Yeah, and you know what? It made for some entertainment watching Jim charge back up through the field.
Wisman in the in-car lap after lap with him and Dave Ellens. I mean, that was just amazing work and racecraft battling. As a fan and a former driver, just watching that work and inches apart. Amazing. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man.
It was hairy racing with an incident there too. So
exactly.
Yeah, you had to carry that pretty much the whole night. So good job.
Well, the worst thing
gathering it back up.
You get two and you got to park it. You know, I mean, who was that we talked to earlier?
Yeah, Nick Walters. He may Nick's second one might not have been his. Yeah, but he had a great run too. So great run, Shane. I know you guys, you wanted to try and catch those guys up front,
man.
but
I'm a big fan, dude. That's some awesome racing, dude. I'm telling you.
Chris Beckman coming off the chicken run win, had to feel confident coming in tonight. And what more did you need to play out there to try and have something for Slim?
Yeah, well, like you say, it's Slim in front of me. You know, any other driver, I'm hoping that they're going to make a couple mistakes and give me space to get by them. I knew that probably wasn't going to happen. He did bobble a couple times on that last restart, but it just wasn't enough for me to try and press the issue on him. You know, he was Slim all night. You know, just nice and smooth. And
Mama, there goes that man.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't give you a lot of room. Like I said, as far as making mistakes, you know, you got to be smooth, stay right behind him, and just hope for the unexpected to happen. And that's just, you know, that's a lot to hope for when you're racing with him. But we had a great run tonight. Highline Racing number 41 was good. The Levi's paint scheme I had gave us a lot of trouble last season. That's been running pretty good for a couple weeks, so it's good. I think we got the voodoo off of that one.
It should run fine on the short tracks. It's the super speedways. All that denim texture just slows you down.
Yeah, for sure,
Well,
for sure.
You know, we didn't talk about you and Slim as much as we probably should because the battling behind, but it was just status quo. You guys were on each other all night. At 1-2, and just right there, that discipline and car control and skill. I mean, you raced it the best you could. Just like you said, it was like, that's Slim Jim, you know. So the only way I'm going to beat him is if he makes a mistake, and not tonight.
Yeah, well, it was kind of deja vu for me. Tuesday night, I did the same thing. I let Shane go and followed him basically the whole race. And man, I mean, what was it, Shane? 7, 8 to go. I finally got around you, and I thought, maybe I could do that again tonight. But Slim's just, you know, he's too smooth. He's not going to give you that one mistake you need.
Yeah, and speaking of Slim, I know you got it queued up, man. Let it rip.
You know, I haven't even thought about it, Sean.
We'll have to go with the Milt Minter version, the acapella, the man of multi-talents.
He wore me out staying on me like that, man. I was already tired when I got to the race, but what a great race, Chris, Shane, guys did a really good job. What's with the restarts at this place, man? It's like one time you take a restart in turn 4, next time it's almost to the start-finish line. That last restart really screwed me up, and I got I couldn't get my speed right going into the turns. I lost my rhythm, and I know Chris kind of gave me a little slack there. I appreciate that, Chris.
Well, I think the flagman definitely was He's keeping us on our toes tonight. That's for sure.
To your point, we had a restart on entering 3 on Tuesday night, so it is a crazy track for restarts.
Okay, yeah, it is. I thought I was going crazy too there on those. I mean, I don't know. I thought that it was pretty much set in stone on these tracks. Maybe there's a range and it's really wide there, or maybe the flagman stole some of Milty's Budweiser or other
That makes it
materials.
exciting, because that'll get your sticker to picker, for sure.
Well, Slim,
Well,
you've popped out to a 13-point lead here, just one race shy of halfway. Season 43 is looking pretty good for you.
Well, I'm still gonna take it one race at a time. I mean, anything can happen in these races, and you can go from hero to zero so quick. So,
Absolutely, Jason's running super solid. He's not doing stupid things to his car, not having bad luck fall on him too. So if you can keep that pace up, he should be able to give you a battle there down the stretch.
Yeah, obviously Dave Dolfer, I guess that's his brother, right?
Yep.
Throwing out some skull and crossbones.
Some pirate flags. Our flag means death.
Dems that dies be the lucky ones, and we're in the points battle.
Well, you had Mama Gately out there cheering for you. It was good to get her to see pull one off tonight, and congrats again, Slim. Dominant run. I think you led every single lap, unless someone stayed out on one of those caution flag pit stops. I think all 160 laps were in control of the 23 car.
wow, didn't know that. Hey, real quick,
I've said it 100 times, but that one of the greatest, funnest races I ever had was following Slim for an entire 160 laps at Kentucky, and because I ran the best race I ever ran in my entire life in the truck, and I finished second.
Yep, there it is. Official standings: 160 of 160 went to Slim. So that is the definition of dominance. Like I said, you bend him over your knee and paddled him tonight. So great run. Next week we're off to Martinsville, I believe. It's short track month here at FSB.
Oh no, that's just, guess what? That's a really good track for Slim.
There aren't a lot that aren't
Just
really good.
saying.
hey, real quick too, Chris, you were talking about me being smooth. I did not feel smooth up there, dude. This place is like, I've ran a lot of laps at this place, but this place to me is like, you run it like Martinsville, but you kind of got to get in a rhythm like Bristol. And when you lose that rhythm, it's hard to get it back. And I kept doing that in that last run, and I just knew I was going to screw up and you were going to get by me.
Yeah, it's those whoop-de-doo roller coaster exits at the corners. They just mess with you all night long, no matter how good you feel like you're
Yeah, I mean, those elevations, we were talking about that, for 1 to 2 versus 3 and 4, and coming out of the corners. And, we watch guys, I saw Wispman get sideways. The 40 was, snap loose there, but he was still keeping up, battling there, at the
we
end.
saw Shane and Jim at various times just dead sideways and save it and keep going, keep moving forward.
You cannot arc the corner entry here. Like,
no,
I
you
tried
can't
it
at
multiple
all.
times and to try to get a run off, and you cannot do it.
The best you can do is diamond it.
It did not feel smooth. It might have looked smooth, but I promise you it didn't feel.
Well, from the cockpit of the 41 and the 34, and you look pretty smooth. I'm thinking if I'm the 41 right now, I'm kind of discouraged. Is this guy ever going to make a sneaking mistake? But at the same time, like we were also talking from the driver point of view, you're like anxiety, 100%.
Well, Slim can appreciate this. He's a Arkansas boy like I am. My whole plan tonight was to suck the bottom like a catfish, man. Just stay on that bottom.
Yes,
And, I thought maybe if I did that, I'd suck him back in. But I just never gained on him. He was really good. Like he says, it didn't feel smooth, but I'm sure it looked smooth on the camera.
That was the same as when I was watching Shane and Dave Ellens going at it. I'm sitting there talking, watching the in-car going, you need to suck the bottom, but it's not, I wasn't saying it quite like that, but because, it was about it wasn't quite a car length, but it was, car width, but it was almost a car width. He's got to work him down low there, but no, there's just not quite enough room. Then a little bit of bumper, I mean, that you got to watch this broadcast, man. Dudes, after.
Yeah. So to wrap this one up here,
stuff, man.
thanks again for our podium finishers and congratulations, Shane Wisman, Chris Beckman,
job,
and
Shane.
Milt Minter Jr. Your winner. Not Milt. God damn it! I'm getting ahead of myself.
I'm a Shane fan.
Ah.
I'm telling you, I think I'm gonna.
See, I'm trying to get in there before he interrupts me. So that's Shane Wisman, Chris Beckman, and Slim Jim Gately, your race winner. Thanks as always, my partner in crime, Milt Minter Jr., joining us in sound and vision. Thanks as always, Ryan Johnson, get those points updated, keeping the series running. Your series admin there, our series sponsor, putting up the hardware these guys are racing for. Bill Farmer, Farm Brothers Contracting, sponsoring yet another season here on the Friday night Winston Cup Series. Thanks, Sam Young.
Trophies.
Yeah, thanks again, Sam Young, for keeping the league going all these years, keeping the sim alive. Thanks everybody joining us out there in YouTube, chatting, liking, subscribing, keeping the interaction going, letting the YouTube algorithm know that yes, NASCAR 2003 is very much alive and here every Friday night at FSB. And short track season continues, as I was starting to say before, rounding out the month of June. Next week we will be at Martinsville, followed by Richmond, followed by Bristol. And then July takes a jump down to Walt Disney World. Nice little change of pace there.
You never sim raced before. You want to pretend to be a real race car driver. The entry level is here at this league. If you've never done it before, you want to grab yourself a wheel, your computer, and get on board. You can start from the bottom, like Drake, and now we're here.
Yeah, all kinds of different series too. Road course racing Wednesday nights, super speedways Tuesday, everything in between. Hey, Francis Dittman checking in there late. Good to see you, the Bandit.
Oh,
We'd love to see you back, man.
Indy 500 winner there.
We miss you, Francis, but until next week at Martinsville, we're going to sign this one off for tonight. Thanks to everybody for joining us here at FSB Racing Live. I've been Sean Reap. Good night.